All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome in to a free-for-all Friday. We are here to please you and me and whoever else. It's a Friday, so we do whatever we want today, which will include doing some Eve. Got some PI that we need to continue to work on, and we'll do some probably Baldur's Gate 3, and we'll talk a little sports too. So excited to have everybody in. Excited it's Friday. Hope you're ready for your weekend. Had a little live football last night. That was cool. I dug that. But we have, things to do today. We got work to do. So as always, feel free to drop in the chat if there's something that you'd like to see, like us to do, whatever. But I think we're going to start with PI because there are going to be waiting periods in between some of the stuff that we do. So I think we're going to go Eve first. Okay, that's a little loud. Let's see if we can get you guys in here. Bang, look at that. Top notch. You click something and it works. Incredible. Okay. So last we left off, we were doing PI, and we had set up our Tier 1 and some of our Tier 2. We hadn't set up our production planet yet, which is going to go Tier 2, Tier 3, and Tier 4. And I'm not sure that we have enough power grid to be able to do it. So that's going to be our move today. We're going to move the products that we have to the production planet and see if we can get a production planet all set up and running. Now there will be breaks in between because we're going to have to make it so that we give time for the T1s to run through their cycle and turn into T2s, and the T2s to run through their cycle and turn into the T3s, and the T3s to run through their cycle for the T4. So, ooh, I almost forgot to do this. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? There it is. We're good. We can jump. And I should edit this because that's pretty easy to do. And we'll cloak up here, just at a random safe. Even though we're on grid, should be safe enough. Planetary. Okay. So we want to open up our agency and get to our PI tab. I have it on a hotkey, but that way you can get there. Take a look and see how we're doing here. Most of the way through our cycles, so we can get a good feel for how many extra we have of anything. And it looks like we're matching up pretty well on electrolytes versus oxygen. We got 4 of each, but with only 1,000 difference between the two of them, I would probably leave this one the way we have it. And so let's launch. And I don't need either of those for anything else, so that all stays on. Right? Right. And then we'll reset our extractors. We're still on the hotspot, so that's good. You wonder if you could get to this one over here. If you just move that out a little bit. How much CPU do we have? Oh, we've got a couple hundred. So let's see if we can get to that hotter spot. Just see what it takes. And then can we still get 4 heads on there, 4 extractor heads? No, we can't. Dang. Okay, so we're going to go maybe even a little closer. See if we can do it like this. And get 4 extractor heads still. Dang. 550 and we have 480 left. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. And that just has to do with the size of the planet, you know? If you were on a smaller planet, it would look the same size to your eye, but of course the calculation would be that you would be traveling less distance. So like a barren or a temperate you might be able to pull something like that off. But unfortunately, we cannot. And I don't think it's worth losing that extra extractor head. So we will run with 4. No, this is oxygen. And we want to put it to 4 days. And that's a situation that when we upgrade our PI, we've got Command Center 5 still to do. When we upgrade to Command Center 5, that's an easy way to fix that problem because we'll just have extra power grid. So this is a symptom of not having full skills on this alt. I'm only up to 4, so... Okay, and we launched the stuff that mattered, so now let's go to the next one. And for this one, we want to have a bunch of extra bacteria. So 44,000 compared to 2,600 protein is good, not great. But I'd consider moving an extractor head from one to the other, from protein to bacteria, because we need a ton of bacteria. We got 3 different things that need it, and we're only making 1 on this planet. So first let's launch. And I like to leave just a little bit. Other way around, and that's going to be annoying. I like to leave just a little bit to... Oh, man. EVE Online. I like to leave just a little bit to... Come on, guys. What are we doing here? Why are you doing this? Just do what I tell you to. Man. Okay, I like to leave a little bit of the tier 1 in there. So when it cycles through next time, I can make sure it pulls something in case my factories are a little bit behind, which it looks like they may be. So I've got 5 extractor heads for bacteria. And 4. Is that right? Microorganisms. Okay. Well, I don't know that if it's 5 and 3, I want to switch it. It's so much more concentrated, too. Okay. It was 5 and 4. So let's do it. Let's switch one of them over. Thought it was 5 and 3. But let's, if it's 5 and 4, switch one of the proteins over. We've got a little bit extra here, a little bit of surplus. So if it's violently too much less than the other one, we'll just burn through that surplus. But we need a ton of bacteria, so let's make sure that we get a ton of bacteria. Oh, it was... Why did I do that? 4 and 3, but maxed out on proteins. That is weird. Oh, because this is the wrong one. That's why. No, this is microorganisms. So what are we doing here? And And this is what happens. It gets a little bit confusing because just submit that. You got two items that look the same, right? You're pulling them from the same spot on the planet. And so all their extractor heads are clumped together, and it can just get a little bit confusing. So, but let's see what we can do here. Come on. And technically you can overlap them like that, but I think it burns the planet a little bit faster if you do for both of them. So I try to just have them as nice little neighbors, you know? Okay, and we shot off our important stuff. So then let's go here. And this one isn't making any T2, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, good. And I actually might take an extractor head off carbon. We only have 2,000 more water than we have carbon, but 3 things need water and only 1 thing needs carbon. So let's take an extractor head off there. And let's really push this water here. Okay. And then lastly, I think the heavy metals we need more of. Yeah. We need more of the heavy metals, and we don't have it set up that way right now. So we got to change that. We got to switch this to 3. And we got to switch this to 5. Okay, so we're not going to have all of our things to set up our T2 production because we don't have any extra toxic metal right now, any extra heavy metal. It all got burned making consumer electronics, which is normally one of the harder things to make, so I'm not terribly upset about that, but We do need to make sure that we're ending up with a toxic metal surplus on here, so we can build construction blocks on our production planet. Sorry if that grossed you out. If you're a contact wearer, you understand. Okay. Alright, so let's go collect all these. How are we doing on D-scan here? It says nobody's in local, so let's do it.
Warp drive active.
So now we'll just fly around to all the custom offices. It says there's nobody in local, so we're just kind of bouncing. And we just want to pick up all this stuff and we want to put it into the customs office for our production planet. And then we'll put it into the launch pad for that planet, and that's how we'll kind of dish out everything to the other factories that we end up building on that planet.
Warp drive active.
So it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle. We're making a T4, theoretically. We're making a T4 that requires 9 different T2 inputs, and that's just a lot, man. That's a lot. It's a lot to do if you don't have full skills. So we will see if we're able to pull it off. It's going to be a slow process, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm in no rush. I don't need this PI for anything, and this character doesn't even really need money. This character is making me money for my other characters. So if it takes a little while to get this thing up and running, that's okay. Cool. Okay, now
Warp drive active.
so the rest of the work I can do from a station, which is great. So let's do that.
Warp drive active.
And I don't know how long I'm going to be in this system for. I have a feeling I might move. But for now, it's not a bad spot to be in.
Warp drive.
But, I mean, as with anything in Eve, you're never safe. You're never completely at home. And so there might be a point that I pick up and just move everything. You know what I mean? Harder to do on character like this because I don't have full skills and I don't have things like a jump freighter or something like that to make it really easy on myself. So there's a lot of gating that happens with something like that, and that's dangerous. That's how you get. That's how you lose stuff. So, you know, you want to be careful and kind of pick and choose where and when you do that. But I do think it's something that might be in my future. So, okay, now let's open up PI. And we've got this baby that we haven't reset yet. I think we can afford to burn an extractor head there. In fact, we might need to burn more than that. So why don't we wait until we build this stuff. So okay, we need to build we have how many T2s here? One, two, three T2s. And we need 9, so we need 6, so we need 12. Right? Yeah. And those are the advanced ones. So build advanced industry. One. See, why? Why are you doing that? Oh, man. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. And why don't we go up here? So that's 9. And that's 12. There's no way I'm going to have enough power grid. Okay. Well, so why don't we cut this down to 2 to start. And then we're going to build just 6 to start off with. God, drives me crazy. So these are for T2s. And we would love to have 2 factories for every T2 we need to make on this planet, but that's just not going to happen. Then we need 1, 2, 3 for T3s. And then we need a high tech for T4s. Still leaves us a lot of power grid. Eight, 9, 10. Don't tell me that solved our problem. 11, 12. It sure did. Wow. Okay, so right up against it, but we're there. Okay, and this looks kind of funny, but, you know, whatever. Oh, I didn't build links. Man. I mean, can we get real cheeky here? This is a terrible idea, by the way. Don't do this. So I've got 370 power grid left. So what I'm going to do is incoming delete route. I don't know what happens there, but if I lost everything, I'm going to be super upset about it. What are we doing? Okay, so we got 12 basic industry facilities. 12 advanced for P2s. We've got 3 for P3s. We got 1 for P4. I'm going to remove a basic industry facility and put more extractor heads on the reactive metal extractor. And we'll just, I mean, that basic industry facility is just going to be cranking 24/7. So, okay, of course, I'm going to lose all my fucking work now. Unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. Okay, super. EVE Online, man, sometimes really makes you angry. Okay, we're going to delete the route here. We want that to finish, and we will delete that factory. Let's do this all again, because EVE Online can't freaking save anything. The game is whatever 23 years old. And so it's just, you get some moments like that where it is buggy as all get out, but there's just nothing you can do about it. Okay. Then I need advanced facilities to make my T3s. And I need a high tech to make my T4. Okay. So we'll only have one basic industry facility for the reactive metal that we're pulling here, but it's going to run 24/7, and it goes right to the spot that I need it. I don't have to move it, which is super helpful. So I think we'll be okay like that. And then let's route this. Okay. So, we've already made consumer electronics, we've already made synthetic oil, and we've already made fertilizer. So let's go down the list and set up the rest of them. First thing is coolant. Oh, see, and we did need the electrolytes, so I gotta go back. Second thing is livestock. Third is construction blocks. Fourth is nanites. Fifth is test cultures. And last is water-cooled CPUs. Okay. I mean, it is just going to be one of those days, chat. You know what I mean? Okay, so then for our T3s, which you got to scroll all the way down to the bottom here, we need bioresearch reports. We need cryoprotectant solution. And we need supercomputers. And all that will get us to our T4 production, which is wetware mainframes. Okay, so I need to go get electrolytes, proteins, and biofuels. So I need to pick up proteins. So I don't have the surplus I thought of proteins. I might need to reset that. I know I don't have toxic metals. I have reactive. I have bacteria and I have reactive. I have bacteria and I have water. And I have water and I have reactive. Okay, so I just got to go pick up the electrolytes. And my big problem is, and maybe we can redo this.
Warp drive active.
Okay, these are only on hour cycles, and we're already 23 minutes in, so we might as well let that run. And then it'll take a half hour to process the T1s. So that is an hour from now, so 2:30ish. There you are.
Warp drive active.
And I think I'm going to switch back the proteins because I thought I only needed them for one thing, and I don't. I need them for two. So we made it really lopsided heavily in favor of bacteria, but I think maybe we need to change that.
Warp drive.
And that surplus of electrolytes, we ended up not messing with that because the surplus wasn't that much. But it turns out we need that surplus. So 1,000 isn't a great surplus there, but it's a little bit. So we'll keep it like that and see if that kind of feeds enough of it. And we need proteins.
Warp drive active.
And so after that, the only thing that we will be missing is toxic metal. But I think I will wait
Warp drive active.
because I don't want to be behind on something. So I'll wait the hour for the toxic metal, and then we can put them all in.
Warp drive active.
I am, if I'm going to do that, I do need to nerf the consumer electronics. So the consumer electronics are going to take up a portion of that heavy metal that we have come in. And because we've got 2 factories doing it, we've got plenty of them right now from the last 4 days just running.
Active.
So we'll knock that down to 1 factory and just kind of leave the other factory as a lame duck for now. Let's actually look and see if we can buy any. Kind of cheat the system here a little bit. All the way over in heck there is, but that's kind of far. Anybody just have raw materials for sale? Also kind of far.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, well, we'll just be patient then. Okay, so as you can see, and we've got one of them right now that doesn't even have, so that's good. Let's delete root. And that's going to give us a warning for that one, but that's okay. We need to generate just a little bit extra heavy metal here. And so the way that we have it set up, because we don't have enough power grid to do more than this, we're at 99.4% of our power grid. It's always power grid. It's never CPU. I've literally never had a CPU issue. So we only have the 3 feeders here from T3 to T4. We're converting into T3. And so the output on each of them is only 3 units. And it's 3 units an hour. And this needs 6 units of each of these to start. It also, however, has a 1-hour cycle. And so we're only going to fill this up every other hour, even if these 3 are running 24/7. Which means a day, the most that we could get is 12 of these. 12 of these T4s. So if you were to look at, and we can pull it up here. So if we're to look at this and look at the money for it, Okay. So the wetware mainframes are worth 2 million ISK per. These are worth 100 and like 130. And so let's call that 300,000 per. So then let's do the math. Our sheet here is saying it's in the green to make the wetware mainframes. But I mean that's easy math to do, right? So that's 300,000 for 3 essentially if you average it all out. Maybe a little bit more. 300,000 for 3 and you need 9 of them, so that's 900,000, and so you're getting an extra 1.1 million, yeah, 1.1 million to make the wetware mainframes. So even though all this is moving very slow, the price that you get is gonna be, you're gonna make a lot of money on it. Conversely, these are making 9 M3 an hour. So that means that times 3 is 27 M3, right? These are 50 M3, so they take up twice as much space to move, but they're worth twice as much too. So M3 per ISK, you're still getting close to the same value. And you don't have to move things as often because it's all going through your PI chain and you're just waiting to fill up. So to me, it makes sense to go for the T4s, even though it's all this extra work, because if you just keep converting it into higher price stuff, then you just don't have to move it as often, you know? So we'll take a break. We'll come back when we've got our toxic metal, and we'll then fill all those T2 factories. And then when those go, we'll take a break. We'll come back again. And we'll fill up our T3 factory, and then we'll do the same thing with the T4. So we've got about an hour to kill, hour, something like that. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. I think we'll do a little bit of sports talk after that. And then we'll do the PI again. And then maybe some Baldur's Gate 3 after that. So stick with us. We're going to take a quick break. We'll run some ads to burn pre-roll. And then when we come back, we'll talk a little sports on a free-for-all Friday. All right, everybody, welcome back. Figured we'd do some sports talk while we wait for our PI and Eve. Couple big news items happening today. So let's get going. All right. So bad news out of Seahawks camp. It was during a joint practice with the Tennessee Titans. Jake Bobo went down with a serious knee injury. Carted off the field. Now listen, he's not, a huge name. Fourth or fifth wide receiver for them. But when you have a guy the quarterback trusts and a good special teamer, that's a tough loss. So let's look at their depth chart. Njigba, Shaheed, Horton, all probably in front of him. Cup. So he's your fifth wide receiver. Still a tough loss. Hate to see injuries in camp. Dallas Mavericks buying out Klay Thompson. It's so funny to me, these situations where everybody was like, what are they doing? Why are they signing Klay Thompson? There's just no reason for it. And he played there for whatever, and then they just buy him out. And it's just like, cool, can we get you to admit that was a dumb signing? Was due to make $17.5 million. Played 2 seasons for the Mavericks, averaging 12.9 points a game. Now, Klay Thompson to the Heat makes sense for me, right? Like, you had Giannis, you need some outside shooting. He can still provide that. Like, it doesn't have to be gorgeous. He doesn't need to put up 30 a game, but can he bang a couple threes in for you from distance? Sure, right? Let's take a look at their roster here. I hate ESPN and the way they have their site set up. So Bam, Giannis, Hardaway, Jovic, Davion Mitchell, Bobby Portis, we get some Andrew Wiggins in there. But yeah, man, I mean, it's a solid, like, middle of the pack team, and for the East, that is, and in the East, that's enough to get you to the second round of the playoffs. And then, can you have a guy like Giannis elevate you and win a series, and all of a sudden you're staring at a Eastern Conference Finals trip, So it's a decent lineup. You add Klay for some shooting. I think that's nice. What else do we have for headlines? Man, this is crazy. This is nuts. It's one of those, like, what kind of world are we living in? Okay. So it's been reversed this morning. Good. I haven't even read this headline yet. Sent a letter to schools Friday afternoon saying the association's eligibility rules were back into effect. In what world would you have thought that we are rooting for the NCAA? I mean, that's crazy. But happening right in my backyard in Colorado, the 10th Circuit's decision to stay the preliminary injunction issued by Colorado federal court judge permits Division I to return to the status quo before the district court intervened. Effective immediately, the age-based eligibility rules will be implemented as the Division I membership intended. Yeah, I mean, so it's, and like, I understand that these kids are professionals too in college. They're getting paid. I get what people say when they say that, but for me, I think like once you leave, you leave. And so if you've been in training camp with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like you don't get to go back to college. And that to me is just like an obvious decision. And it's interesting because like baseball and hockey has these problems too, but just different, you know? So hockey, like you can choose to go to college, but the team that drafted you keeps your rights for 3 years. But like then you just have to stay in college. And maybe we need to switch to something to that like that for the NFL. Like you draft 18-year-olds, and then if you decide to go to college, they have your rights for the next 4 years. And if you decide to play a fifth year, then you can play the fifth year and the eligibility falls off and you can be redrafted. I don't know. That's just crazy to think about. I think the NFL would hate it because then you're drafting high school kids, not college kids, and nobody knows who they are. And part of the fun of the draft is that everybody's watched these kids play in college and they know who they are. And then it's a similar thing in baseball, right? Like you don't have to sign your pro contract if you get drafted out of high school. You can go play college ball instead and then get drafted again when you're done with college. But for that one, the team, I think if you go to college and don't sign, I think it just wipes out that year. I don't think they get multiple years of your rights, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I mean, we got to maybe talk about doing something like that for the NFL because, I mean, this is just getting crazy. I guess the Bucks would still have the guy's rights, right? Because he had to sign a contract. So the NFL, as far as the NFL is concerned, and the member teams, he would still belong to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Probably wouldn't burn a year of his contract because like Le'Veon Bell, when he sat out that year, didn't burn a year of his contract. You have to actually be available for the season for a year to pass, and that's collectively bargained. That's just kind of crazy, man. Okay, let's see what else is out there in the sports world. Raiders not ready to name starting QB? What are we talking about? I hate the Little League World Series. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it's just, I mean, these kids, I know they're all excited, but ESPN's making money off of them, and I refuse to watch it. It just encourages the crazy sports world we've built nowadays where parents, have to spend so much money on travel teams and all that kind of stuff, and just crazy. Okay, let's look for our team specifically. Let's see if Mile High Report has anything new up today. Three storylines to watch in week 2 of the preseason. Yeah, let's do it. What are their 3 storylines? I don't think there's a lot of storylines for the Broncos. I'm pretty happy with where they are. So, the return of Bo Nix, sure. Yeah. First time he'll actually see snaps, but I mean, if he didn't see any snaps in the preseason, as long as he's practicing. If he wasn't practicing, I'd be nervous about it, but as long as he's practicing, I'm good. Will we see more involvement from the tight ends in the passing game? Only 5 throws went to tight end. Ingram was the recipient of 3. Here's the thing, they don't really have anybody past Ingram. Throwing to Troutman? I mean, Yeah, I don't know that I need them to mix in throwing to the tight end if Ingram's not on the field. That being said, you want definitely Ingram to get some touches. You hope you get him feeling good this year. But you can live with just throwing to the backs and receivers, in my opinion, if you're the Broncos. Who will be the 5th man in Denver's defensive line rotation? I don't know. I've heard a lot about Savion Jones from the people who go to camp, so. But I mean, and I guess this just kind of makes my point. If this is the conversation that you're having, that's a damn good team, man. Who can step up and be the 5th man in the defensive line rotation? If that's your biggest issue, you don't really have any issues, right? Like, you got to feel good about that. So, see if there's anything on Broncos Wire. And if you're wondering, yes, these are the sites that I check. Not really much here. Ex-Broncos cornerback suffers a season-ending injury. Oh, Damari Mathis. Damn, that's tough. Back on August 11th, though. I mean, that was a while ago. But not much happening, I guess. Okay, let's check on them Bills. Greg Gaines' contract with the Bills has a veteran salary benefit. But what does that mean? They can pay him the veteran minimum appropriate for his experience while carrying a substantially smaller number against the cap. Saving $225,000. I mean, great, but yeah, I mean, okay, great. You save a couple $100,000 on your cap charge. I don't know that was worth a headline article, Sarah, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, all the talk is about Kincaid after his practice the other day. So, see, is there any news on the Nuggets? You want to start hearing that you're hearing rumblings that they're going to go do this or that. Like, doesn't really look like it. Yeah, they're just getting roasted. Man. Yeah, I mean, Cam Johnson being your biggest X factor is terrifying, isn't it? Like, I'm fine with him being the fourth or fifth guy, but like, when you're counting on him to make a big difference, I don't know. I love these two guys to death, but it just, I mean, we talked about it with Sturls last night too. I think you got to explore what you can find for anybody other than this guy. What trades can you make? What do people want? What are they interested in? Because that Watson deal was just brutal. It's not a good trade for you. And you were over a barrel, like I get it, but Stiffs doesn't always put stuff up, but let's see if they have anything. Where Denver goes next. Oh, man. Strother's going to step up. I mean, okay. We've said that about everybody for all these years, and every time it's been disappointing. Yeah, frustrating summer for sure for Nuggets fans. You hate to see it. Okay. Well, not much going on in the sports world today. Quiet day. Right, chat? You know what I mean?
Connecting.
Okay. Well, I think it's Baldur's Gate 3 time. So, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will do a little BG3 Fear the Darkness Honor Mode. It's a group that I have that plays by creating darkness and then killing people. So, we will do that next. So, come back, hang out. All right, everybody, welcome back. Hanging out on a free-for-all Friday. Slow sports day, which I guess is good. Means, people aren't getting hurt in practice and such. Ready to do a little Baldur's Gate 3.
Seek and you shall find me.
My faith will guide me.
Defender of the people.
Okay. I think our move now is to go back up to the Goblin camp. I did not finish everything there. But now I've got another level on me from that. But, of course, we're still a sneaky party, so we don't just want to warp in there.
Still alive, so that's progress. Should mind my step. Let's see.
But I think we can afford to sneak around here, even in honor mode, and kill a few more than we did before. I don't love just charging in there. But I don't know how we can get back up to our little sneaky spot up top. And I don't want to forego, killing a goblin or two with sneak attacks Who else? Gale got seen. So let's get a sneak attack with him. And a sneak attack with her. And I've done worse in the first round than putting down one guy. So
Swiftly now.
let them come to me. In fact, I might even go back into the priestess's chamber there. Where is she? Is that her? Yeah, that's her. Okay, who's hurting? Just that guy?
Need to stay focused. Heading there.
No holding back.
Okay, let's see if we can get a round off of shots. See if we can take the spellcaster down. But start moving back to this door here. Make sure we're line of sighting them at least a little bit, you know. Nice.
Got to move.
Oh, so much for peace.
You know, I haven't used this spell with her before, but they are clumped nicely for that. So let's do that.
On my way.
This is my time.
Of course. And then once they come up here, we'll pop our little trick on them, you know? Good use of a guided strike there. Happy with that. Let's go like that.
No choice but to keep going.
Forever dauntless.
Bleed for me.
That's annoying.
Survival is all that matters.
Luckily, we come prepared for just such an occasion. You know what I mean?
Battle favors the fearless.
Unbelievable. Hit a shocking grasp while blinded. And I can't hit him with an arrow when I can see. Real nice. Come
I
on.
wonder if this is worth the cost.
The blade will not bend.
That is some wild stuff. He's got to be able to see in the dark, right?
On the move.
Where do I go from here? Hope your soul is in good hands.
I hate how it defaults to having the
Can't
dual wielder attack on. Arrest them. Who are you talking to, dog?
Focus, strike true.
Never a dull moment.
Can you get to him? Yeah, let's just get there and end it.
Got to focus.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
There's an illithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
Scroll a hold person.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
I always like this shield. We'll see if we put it on. I don't like the illithid thing. It's not my thing.
Let's have a look.
Ugh, I hate spiders.
I'll strike you down.
My faith will protect me. On my way. Feel my mistress's wrath.
Get out of here with that bullshit. Okay, Shadowheart, do your thing.
Afford to let up.
I won't give in.
What the hell?
Take it. On the victor's path.
Yeah, you're not gonna let me shoot through the door. Fucking stupid.
No holding back.
Another step forward.
Yeah, thanks. That's what I meant to do.
A long way from Waterdeep.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Just have a few. Time to press ahead.
Lost in thought.
I wonder what the next move is. This way.
Come on, can't stay idle. That's a friendly looking shadow. Step to it.
Got to keep fighting.
Come on.
Holding back. Coming through.
This is ridiculous. Greatest goblin in the history of histories. Come on! This is fucking ridiculous.
I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
Or did I miss one? Oh, up there.
Onward.
Still on my feet.
What's the plan? Onward.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Rough tempest I will raise. Onward.
Can't give up now.
Direct me.
Never a dull moment.
I think there's chests up here if I remember
Wish I had a
right.
bag of holding. On my way. That might be worth a look.
Now we don't want to go out into the courtyard yet. We'll start that fight from up top. That's going to be a little bit too brutal. And we can go into like the torturer's chambers. Those should be pretty simple. But I don't want to fight the barbarian until I take a rest, so I'm out of shorts. I like how it says everything has been looted and is stealing, and neither of those things are the case. Super awesome. Okay, let's go clear the torture chamber back here. Why don't I have to kill them?
What's up for discussion?
No, no! Please! Oh, don't hurt me! I can't tell you where the grove is. Please! If they find out, they'll kill everyone. I was with a group of adventurers. It's called the... But they ambushed us. I didn't think a pack of goblins could be so... So, I don't know. It should be here, some... The place was supposed to be abandoned. I'm not sure. Please. Free me. You don't need me anymore. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Rolling twos, man. All day.
The lock clicks and opens.
Thank you. I better go before they catch us. I should be able to make it to the grove on my own. They need to know they're in danger. The grove. To the east. They won.
Take a look at that spear. Will still has speak with animals. Let's talk to these boys.
Time for a chat.
A little bite. It don't look like it mine.
Come on.
Rat's nose twitches impatiently. Her teeth bite air as though it is flesh, but it doesn't sate.
No one stopped me yet. I have to keep going.
Hey, a sweet potato.
I hope that's the end of this silly quarrel.
Come on, Jesus, man. Okay, and I've done the whole Minthara area, so that should all be done.
Open up.
Howson's waiting for us. But we will do that once we kill the barbarian, which means we should probably take a short rest. But let's get into position first. Because I definitely want to attack them from the rafters. Come on, everybody up. Okay. To camp. Take a long rest.
Here we go.
Okay.
I just want a little look.
You know, I think maybe I want to go in on the other side. No, I mean, I got good bowmen. Let's do it. Let's start the fight up here. See what happens.
Don't mind if I do.
See if I can knock a couple of them out. Run and hide. Yeah. Only fighting with one of my guys. How about that?
I'm going in.
The mission has to come first.
Blood comes easy these days.
Mistra Rill. On the victor's path.
Oh, I didn't know you guys were coming up there.
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
Creator. Destroyer.
I don't think I want to waste a whole person. Let's see if I can get him.
Mustn't be seen.
What fools these mortals be.
Hell yeah.
This is my time. I found my mark.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Another parasite. Collect it. It might be useful.
Man, that made that fight so much easier. I didn't even use darkness.
Breathe deep and move.
I think there's still a couple goblins up behind where he was, but
With a flick of the wrist. What's inside?
here they are.
On I go.
Time to push my luck again. One day I'll catch a break.
The last board is set. Knight to king 5. On the victor's path. Fleet of foot.
Oh, they were back there. I thought they were up top. Okay, calm down.
Can't attack what can't be seen.
Another fight. Let's go. Need to find a way forward. Can't risk being in open view.
Victory is assured. Don't get too close. Battle favors the fearless.
Yeah, no attack of opportunity? Okay.
On the move.
Still breathing, despite everything. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
I
got to press on.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Cool. That fight had been a huge problem for me in groups in the past and was just super simple. So that's awesome.
Best man my way. Something good here, I hope.
Faith Breaker.
The air is ripe with magic. Sol Invictus! Let's have a peek inside.
Best get going. Light on my feet.
I don't think there's anything else up here, but let's just make sure. Grace bottle.
What's in here?
Take some thieves' tools. And then we all know where the big cache is, right? It's good. I had been pretty liberal with the short rest lately, so. Okay, Saloon's dream is the one that makes you fall asleep. Or could make you fall asleep. When surrounded by 2 or more foes, that should probably go on Will or Shadow. Oh, Shadowheart can't wear them. Actually, I wonder if Shadowheart can. Doesn't say that they're... Oh, but she's got the bracers of defense on. Well, somebody will wear them. Oh, damn, and she was supposed to be using that dagger the whole time. Well, we'll put these on well, because I think they're better than the missile snaring. And then what's his shield? Oh, we're definitely giving him the warboard. Momentum for 3 turns. What are you wearing, Gail? I like that. I like the click heels. I like her not being affected by difficult terrain. Got all these boots, and I don't necessarily want to be wearing any of them. So we'll just let that ride for now. Let's clear this last little area, and then we can go get Housen. Take a short rest.
Freshened up and ready to fight.
Respect whoever drinks up in the corner up here, you know. It's running low on money too, so good to get all these. Excuse me, I'm doing something right now.
Need to act fast. Got to move.
Unleash me. Outflank, outsmart.
Could have done without that.
No time to waste.
Have to keep going.
Talk to me.
Easy enough.
Anything of use?
I'm done. Can't wait to see.
Is that all that's back here?
Praise his ever-bleeding axe. Praise his throne of flaming iron. Praise McGlubbiet.
You know Maglubiet, a tyrannical deity who treats his goblinoid followers as slaves.
Trying to interrupt my prayers? Scared of a real god? You're as goonless as the rest of them. Oh, that's rich. A free world? 'Cause I'm loyal to McGlubbiet. 'Cause I ain't having my head turned by some ups. McGlubbiet's looked out for me since I was near. Bollocks to this abs. You think this is funny?
All right, well, if you want to be a dick, then, you know. Bye. Nice to meet you. Okay, let's go do Halcyon.
No rest for the wicked, I see. I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Sharp as ever.
Yes? Still breathing, despite everything. One day I'll catch a break. Let's have a look. Better not be cursed.
The ringleaders have to die. The very natural order of things is in danger.
You did it. No. That's not right.
Killing's never my first choice. But those three were too dangerous to leave alive. Let's get out of this. Return to the Grove. I can see to some matters there.
Man, we are not close. Well, luckily we have a few more things to do, but I was hoping to get to level 6 before we did them. But I think it's going to take all of it to get to level 6, so... Okay, I gotta fight that whole goblin unit outside. And so I think it's best to do it from up here. But let's see if I can split it into a few fights.
I don't need any attention right now.
2011. up too.
On my way.
Can't even catch my breath. Right. Time to skulk about.
On my way. Coming through.
No choice but to keep going. Can't slow down.
Forever dauntless.
Okay, I think they all have a real long run to get to me, coming up and around this way. So let's move here.
By step.
And let's give Shadowheart some healing. But I can shoot my bow. Okay.
I'm ready. Have to keep going.
Okay, don't know where she went, but that's not good. Is there a way up there? Where did those two come from?
The blade will not bend.
Can't even catch my breath. What path lies before me?
time to waste.
I hate this game. Ugh.
My turn.
What should I do?
Cool, so they're just teleporting up here. I don't think 2 of them is enough to waste the burning hands, especially when I think I'm gonna need healing.
Let's finish this.
Oh, come on!
I'm not going to last much longer.
steps at a time.
It's ridiculous.
Another step forward.
I mean, this is ridiculous. They just fucking travel up walls. Super.
Making my move.
Stupid camera. I do have a scroll of fireball. Might be time for that.
Into the fray.
Damn. Hell yeah. Okay, let's let's cast Sanctuary again. How about Mass Healing Word? Let's wait till Will take some damage. What else can we do? We can do just Healing Word to me. But let's not waste a spell slot. Let's just drink a potion then. Okay, let's see if maybe I can hit Shadowheart with a revive now.
Don't waste a step.
That is an action, right? Yeah. Come on! Ugh! Oh, well, let's try this. And if I move, I'm going to take an attack of opportunity, but it might be worth it. Okay, good. See if these guys teleport more all over the place, but, you know, what am I going to do if they do? Goblins can teleport now, so just the way that it is, of course. They all, every single one of them missed. This is ridiculous, man. Very frustrating fight. Mostly because it just feels like glitches all over the place. I gotta get that warlock off the table too. Nope, there's another teleport, just for no reason. Gonna use my action surge here and try to put that guy up against it a little bit. See if he just teleports up top too. I'm sure he will, because that's how goblins work now. Oh, there he is, teleported up top. Just no freaking reason.
Still breathing, despite everything. At the ready.
Fleet of foot.
Okay, I'm gonna have to use a big heal on me. Cause I am hurting.
Pawn to cleric.
Now let's move back so we're not in line of sight. And Will still has not taken any freaking damage, man. Which I guess I'm not complaining about, but is kind of crazy.
Well, so much for peace.
So he reapplied Armor of Agathis. So let's hit him with an arrow first. And then let's run up and hit him with the offhand. Hell yeah. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Of course, another one just teleports up top. Because that's how things work. In case you didn't know. Goblins have free teleports now. So that's fun. Come on. Of course he hits. Unbelievable.
Let my enemies fall.
I can't wait to see the ogre teleport too. That's going to be great. Yeah, you are surviving, girl, but we are running low on healing. Okay.
Finding my way. Striking distance.
See if we can get Shadowheart back up. Target is out of sight. So stupid. Then why can I see it? Why'd you let me fire bows there?
Nothing will stand in my way. Time to press ahead.
This is my time.
Sure, he gets an attack. I don't. Of course. Why would I?
With haste.
Survival is all that matters. Very well.
Ugh, how annoying.
This is my time.
Time to push my luck again. These boots have seen everything.
Good, let's just start peppering it with arrows. Okay, let's have Will go first then. And now he can hit it.
Death is but a word away.
I mean, this is just nuts, isn't it? I feel like this is crazy.
Never a dull moment.
Shall be done.
Oh my god. This game. Of course.
No holding back.
Well, I'll just keep plinking you until you fucking make it easy on me. How's that? That's good. There's good. Hang out there.
What now?
2 steps at a time.
Of course they both missed. Why would they both miss?
Blood follows me everywhere.
Ah, what a frustrating fight.
Moving in.
Okay, a blue pike. This weapon will return to the owner when thrown. Might be a will thing. Gain a +1 bonus to dexterity saving throws and checks. Gain +1 to a bonus to initiative rolls. Would drop my AC by 1, but I don't hate the idea.
What's inside?
Plus 10 feet of movement speed. I think that's going on Gale. He's the only one that can't really move right now. Oh, but he's got 2 rings. Arcana and Religion and Dark Vision. We can give one of those up. For in case Will turns back into a human. Thank goodness, a flute. Okay, I'm hesitant to leave up here because could start another fight. But I have to resurrect Shadowheart. Actually, I could do it at Withers.
What's in here?
Yeah, let's go to Withers.
I want to have a word.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead? Then thou must return with the proper payment. This is the price of balance. Well counted. By doom and dusk I strike thy name from the archive.
What a grifter, man. Pay me gold, and I won't kill your friend. What's up, girl? Glad you're back.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. So long rest probably here. Then I'm going to finish looting the courtyard. Then we will adjust our PI, and then I think we're going to call it a stream.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
Feels like there's got to be something there, right? No? Where are they? How'd you not get involved in the last fight, homie?
Something good here, I hope.
Okay.
No traps, please. Moving ahead.
almost forgot. Ooh, scroll of haste. And invisibility, that's a good get right there. Oh yeah.
Where am I needed?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Okay.
Never wanted the easy path. I'll take that.
We're gonna leave the dwarf. I feel weird eating the dwarf. But I'll take the pork belly. Nothing. Okay, let's send a bunch of the stuff to camp here. Because that is just cell fodder.
Let's end this.
Nothing important is ever easy.
I'll take the 10 XP, thank you.
Can't slow down.
Okay, a little ridiculous. Not gonna lie, but we beat it, so whatever, you know? Okay, let's save it. right. Now let's go back and fix our PI.
Connecting.
Cool. All right. So let's see how we're doing here. On toxic, we got 140. That's enough to get us started at least. So let's go get it.
Warp drive active.
Well, we do have company. Okay, they took off or they cloaked. But it doesn't look like they were by the gate, so let's try it.
Active. Warp drive active.
Well, we're certainly not alone for this one. So we'll have to be a little careful. 4 in local. One of them's flying a scythe. One of them's flying an Ishkur. But let's see if we can move quick here.
Warp drive active.
Who knows? Maybe they'll come after us.
Warp drive
Well, there was some kind of fight here before. The scythe is at least nearby, if not on grid. But let's see if we can creep.
Warp drive active.
Okay. We got it in there, so that's good. See if I can beat him on a jump through. They certainly are trying to anchor this gate. Yeah, here he comes. But I think he's too far away to do anything. He might just be protecting whatever he's got in them bubbles. Which I'm not interested in, fella. You know?
Warp drive active.
Okay. Well, we're off safe, so that's good. Dock up and we'll get this these T2s cooking. Capsule watching the station,
Requested. Docking request accepted.
which is interesting. From Bonk. Might need to look him up later. Okay, so we need water and electrolytes here. And everything should be routed already. Biofuels and proteins here. Toxic and reactive here. And this one's not gonna run for long, but at least we can get it so we can set up our tier 3s. Because we'll have it in the bank at least. Okay, bacteria and reactive. Okay, bacteria and water. And I think this is reactive in water. Yep, reactive in water. Okay. So now all our T2 factories are running. We'll get at least a few of each of these. When we do, we'll come back, we'll put them into our T3 factories here. And it's biotech research reports that we're going to be running behind on. And then we'll take those and put them into the T4. So I'll mess with it a little bit off stream, but make sure that I record me setting up the T3s and the T4s. And yeah, hopefully it's nice and simple. All right, everybody. So we are done with that. And like I said, we will make sure that we come back on and record when we're doing any changes to that, and so we can make it part of our video. If you have any questions, as always, you can hit me up. But 4 hours on the stream today feels like enough to me, so we're going to call it here. Appreciate everybody for hanging out, and hope you have a good weekend. We'll see you for a Denver Sports Monday. All right, peace, everybody.